Welcome to the Foundry by Forge College. Today, we're diving into an absolutely critical, high-stakes piece of our track on AI agents and autonomous systems on Solana. We're talking about integrating AI decision-making and preparing for transaction execution. Now, you might remember in our previous lesson, we tackled anomaly detection. But what comes next? If you just take a raw AI model and plug it straight into your blockchain wallet, you're playing a really, really dangerous game. And let's be honest, that game usually ends with your treasury being mysteriously converted into dog-themed meme coins. No thanks. So today, we're going to build a highly analytical, somewhat paranoid mechanical bouncer to stand directly between your AI's brain and your live blockchain transactions. Let's get into it. Here is the engineering blueprint for our decision module today. We'll kick things off by identifying the missing connective tissue, then look inside the decision engine itself. After that, we're setting our safety gates, demanding proof of provenance, testing for absolute determinism, and finally, making our handoff to execution. Okay, let's dive right into section 1, the missing connective tissue. We've already built out our anomaly detection, but now we absolutely need to build that connective tissue before we can hand over any control to the actual transaction executor. To understand why this bridge is so vital, let's talk about decision purity. Look, we all love AI, but large language models can be chaotic. They're unpredictable. They are incredibly prone to hallucinating a sudden burning desire to swap your life savings for magic internet money. You literally never let raw AI execute transactions directly. Never. Instead, we demand decision purity. We separate that messy creative calculation from the actual execution. We want a deterministic action signal, something that is completely safe, repeatable, byte-for-byte identical every single time, and fully auditable. So how do we actually build this thing? Let's move on to section 2, inside the decision engine. We're going to pop the hood and inspect the individual gears of our mechanical bouncer to see exactly how it processes information. Think of this as the assembly line of our module. Every single proposed action has to survive this incredibly strict programmatic gauntlet. Step 1, we validate the input against our rigid JSON schema. Basically, if it's malformed data, it doesn't even get past the door. Step 2, we evaluate the signal quality. Is this data fresh, or is it literally 3 days old? Do we even trust the source? Step 3, we take the AI's output, combine it with that signal quality, and compute a final numeric confidence score. And then step 4, we route that score directly into our safety gates. Which brings us to section 3, setting the safety gates. This is where our bouncer actually starts checking IDs at the club door. We've got our confidence score, but now we need the thresholding logic. Let's break down exactly how we treat these confidence scores, which range from 0 to 1. Think of scores above 0.8 as the high rollers. They completely bypass the line and go straight to the VIP auto-execute lounge. No human intervention needed whatsoever. On the flip side, anything below 0.4, that's a terrible signal. Maybe the data is totally stale, or the AI has just completely lost its mind. The bouncer tosses those straight out into the alley like a bad fake ID, action rejected. But the real magic happens right there in the middle. Scores between 0.4 and 0.8 trigger the human gate. This means the proposal has merit, sure, but it needs a human manager to step in and make the final call. Now, for those tricky mid-scores, we don't just pause the whole system and start screaming for help. We provide a very structured escalation. The module outputs 3 specific hooks. First, a Boolean flag that flips gate required to true. Second, a gate reason. This gives a short, structured explanation, something like discordant oracle prices. And third, a ticking clock. Gate expires at. This time to live is absolutely crucial because the human reviewer needs to know exactly why they were paged and exactly how many minutes they have to approve the action before that market opportunity completely vanishes. All right, moving on to section 4, the proof of provenance. Because it isn't enough for our paranoid bouncer to just make a decision, it demands absolute proof of exactly how that decision was made. We need receipts. Every single action signal has to be packaged with a verifiable provenance block. First up, the input digest. This is just a hash of the inputs so we can catch any sneaky replay attacks. Next, the exact model version. Because, let's face it, an AI that was updated yesterday might have completely different opinions today. We also need a strict timestamp, and finally, a decision trace that outlines the step-by-step logic. Across all the advanced engineering programs we design at Forge College, we constantly stress this one thing. AI systems interacting with financial state must be profoundly auditable. If a trade goes wrong, you are going to need this exact receipt to interrogate the model's logic. Next up, section 5, testing for determinism.
The absolute most crucial point here is making sure this entire engine behaves predictably every single time we fire it up.
This brings us to our golden rule, the deterministic integration test. We literally cannot afford a system that issues a buy command on a Tuesday, but a sell command on a Wednesday when given the exact same data, just because it's feeling spicy. This test proves that identical inputs produce byte-for-byte identical action outputs, period. So when you build your test suite, you run a known JSON fixture. If a timestamp floats or a random seed isn't locked down, your test fails. Determinism is the ultimate success metric. It is our only real guarantee against submitting an accidental transaction to the network.
And finally, Section 6, next stop, execution. Let's see how all of this builds into a clear, solid contract for the execution layer to consume.
Here is the exact API contract your decision module guarantees to deliver. It's really a beautiful, clean handshake. The execution layer doesn't need to know anything about the messy AI heuristics or the complex math behind the scenes. It just reads the standardized object. It looks at the action string, checks the numeric confidence score, verifies if a gate required was triggered, and validates the input digest hash. By standardizing this interface, the execution module's only job in our next lesson will be to blindly trust this heavily vetted signal and construct the actual transaction proposal for signing. To wrap things up, I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. If your AI hallucinated right now, if it suddenly decided the absolute optimal strategy was to drain all your liquidity pools to buy digital pictures of rocks, would your deterministic bouncer catch it? Well, if you've implemented the strict thresholding, the provenance tracking, and the deterministic testing we've unpacked today, the answer is a confident yes. The bouncer would instantly spot that terrible signal, drop the score to 0, and throw it out the door way before it ever touched a private key. And that, my friends, is the true power of separating decision from execution. Now, to master the execution layer and to dive even deeper into autonomous agents on Solana, I highly encourage you to head over to forge.college. It is absolutely the best place to continue your Web3 learning journey. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will see you in the next one.